What is up, Z Warriors, and welcome back to the Geek Man Cave. So guys, about 2 weeks ago, I started up a new Dragon Ball Super video. I haven't done one since I did my top 10 Dragon Ball Super moments, which got taken down. And before that, I did my Dragon Ball Super live reaction video to the Ultra Instinct episode, which got taken down as well, geeks. So I haven't done many Dragon Ball Super videos. So what I wanted to do about 2 weeks ago, I started planning how I believe the Tournament of Power was going to end. Looking at how they wouldn't be able to defeat Jiren, which would open up training and push Goku to Master Ultra Instinct to have an epic rematch, and to travel to Universe 11 and to travel to the other universes that didn't take part in the Tournament of Power, and where Dragon Ball Super is going to go next in its next arc. But then we got that Genki Dama of a bombshell dropped upon us. Yes, we found out that Dragon Ball Super is ending at the end of the Tournament of Power. So episode 131 on the 25th of March, geeks, is the end of Dragon Ball Super. Now, personally, I don't think this is the end of the Dragon Ball franchise, and I know the creators have stated that this isn't the end. We've got a film looking back at the origins of the Saiyans, which is going to focus on the first Super Saiyan God. But I believe that they're taking a break to get the writers together to come up with a new series ready to be released with the 2020 Olympics. As we know that Goku is the actual mascot for this, it makes so much sense for them to release maybe Dragon Ball Ultra at the same time as the Olympics. You hear it here first, guys. Dragon Ball Ultra, I think that's the next one. So what I'm going to do instead, guys, because obviously due to that news I didn't release my video, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to look at the remaining 6 episodes we have left. Look at all the information we do know, what information that has been shared already or leaked, and look at things that we can pretty much guess is going to happen to try to figure out how Dragon Ball Super is going to end, how they are going to wrap up this incredible series. Because guys, I haven't enjoyed Dragon Ball this much since Z. I've been absolutely in love with the Tournament of Power, all the arcs in Super, to be honest. Resurrection F, the arc, the Beerus arc, the Goku Black arc is absolutely superb. I've really enjoyed it, so fair play to the writers. I am a massive fan of Super. I'm gutted at this ending, but like I said, geeks, I don't think it's the end. So, like I said, I'm going to break down each of the episodes and talk about my theory. So, geeks, I don't want you thinking this is confirmation. I'm not doing one of those fake kind of Vegeta knocked out confirmed, Vegeta Ultra Instinct confirmed videos. This is basically the evidence that we have in place and kind of theorizing how they're going to wrap this up. So before I get into the future episodes, I just want to talk a bit about 125. So yesterday, episode 125 aired, and it was With Imposing Presence, God of Destruction, Toppo Descends. And I thought this was an absolute beautiful episode. It was such an epic episode. It did so much in the sense of it was phenomenal animation. The Toppo Frieza fight was superb, but it did great things for character development, because one of the things I've loved about Super is how the writers have planted these little seeds, these little things that have been mentioned in earlier on in the series, and they've come back. So basically, guys, in 125, Toppo was on the ropes. He's being fought heavily by 17, and Frieza joins in and starts brutally attacking him from behind, mercifully, and literally they bring Toppo to his knees on the brink of being knocked out. Whis even thinks that he is going to be knocked out. Checks the spot's not there. This isn't over yet. And all the information we knew about Toppo being the candidate for God of Destruction in the build-up to the Tournament of Power comes to fruition, and he transforms, he throws everything away and accepts God of Destruction. And as soon as I read this title, guys, With Imposing Presence, God of Destruction, Toppo descends. That word descends, not ascends, becomes something great, but descends, like descends into darkness. Giving up on hope is giving up and just going with it. And I love, like I said, those seeds that they planted. There was an episode just before the Tournament of Power started where it was looking at the other universes getting ready, and there was a scene of Toppo drinking in the bar, and he was mulling over things. You could tell there was something on his mind. And back then we were like, oh, it's because he's thinking about the Tournament of Power and he's thinking about Goku. That's what I was thinking. Oh, he's thinking about Goku. But it probably is that he was thinking about, if I am going to be a God of Destruction, and I have been chosen to be a God of Destruction, and I'm doing my training, do I really want to be he's contemplating, he's reflecting on himself. I'd have to throw away what makes me me. He had to throw away his pride, the fact that he's a pride trooper, that justice is so important to him, and that build-up that they've done with him, with how justice is everything to him, to throw that away, it makes this scene so epic. And I love the throwbacks to the Namek saga, where Frieza gets overpowered by the Hawkeye. That was a stroke of genius. And again, the seeds they planted, that strange episode we had where Frieza was resurrected and he was able to contain the Hawkeye, the energy of destruction and controller. And everyone was like, whoa. And everyone was like, is he stronger than Goku now? Can he do this? And I don't think it was that. They set that up to give Frieza this sense of overconfidence that when this moment would come and Topo would attack him with this energy of destruction, Frieza would be like, yeah, I can take on any god of destruction's energy. I'm that level. Frieza realized how weak he is. And I think they've done this to not only to show how strong Topo is, he's not just a god of destruction, he's a pretty strong god of destruction, but for Vegeta's development as well, and to knock Frieza down. He literally humiliated Frieza. After doing that, Frieza jumps back in. I love the stance. Just look at the stance. It is exactly the same as Namek. The way that the Hawkeye it completely devoured him was just like when he's attacked by the Spirit Bomb, and he recovers just like he did on Namek, furious, attacking him with everything he's got. And Topo, he just flicks a little tiny energy of destruction to him and literally destroys Frieza. Frieza's hanging on by a thread, and I absolutely loved that. So 125, guys, was a brilliant episode, and it ended with 17 ready to fight up against Topo. So Topo's God of Destruction level. And again, I love that they've done this, the writers, because it's so clever. Because obviously with Super Ending, we know Goku and Vegeta have improved since Goku was a Super Saiyan God and fought against Beerus. So it's kind of nice to have Topo at God of Destruction level, because he stands as kind of a line of reference to what power levels people are at. We know 17 and Frieza are having a lot of trouble, but with Vegeta's new transformation, and it looks like Vegeta's going to be fighting him in this fight, it'll be a great episode to see actually how powerful Royal Blue is. Allow Vegeta to shine, because, come on, as awesome as Vegeta's transformation is, it's completely overshadowed by Ultra Instinct, and we want to see what it can do. We've been blown away by 2 instances of Ultra Instinct, and 2 are probably the best scenes in Dragon Ball fighting. They'd definitely be in my top 10. The Kefla scene and the Jiren scene of Ultra Instinct. So, come on, guys, we need some love for Vegeta. We need some Royal Blue action. So that's why I think we're going to get in this next episode. So the other thing in episode 125, Goku and Vegeta are giving Jiren everything they've got. Jiren's just literally blinking and stopping final flashes. It is insane the level of power this guy has. And I'm gutted that we've only got 6 episodes to look into this character. And this is again why I don't think we're going to lose it. So let's move on to the next episode. So the next episode now is going to air on the 4th of February. The episode is called Surpass Even a God, Vegeta's Life-Risking Blow. So before I carry on, guys, I just want to give a big shout out to Herms on Twitter, who does all the translations of the Shonen Jump and the media releases and the episode titles. So go check him out on Twitter. A link to his Twitter account will be in the description below. He translates all these. So the summary for 126 Geeks is Surpass Even a God, Vegeta's Life-Risking Blow. We know that Vegeta's Royal Blue form, has it surpassed even a God? Is he able to take down Topo? But Life-Risking Blow, that he takes something's going to happen to Vegeta that's going to just completely set up the final of this tournament. So it says, Vegeta battles the God of Destruction, Topo. So what's interesting here is the beginning of the preview, and what we see at the end of episode 125 is the 17s fighting up against Topo. So it doesn't really explain at the beginning here about what happened to 17 and what happened to Frieza, since he's been knocked out cold, but he's still in the ring. But that comes a bit later. So it says, Vegeta battles the God of Destruction, Topo. The cornered Topo starts using his true power as a candidate for God of Destruction. He and Jiren attack Vegeta. So the cornered Topo means that Vegeta is corner him. Whether Vegeta is doing this alone, he's fighting with Goku. There's no mention of Goku here, or 17 or Frieza. But it looks like Vegeta's got Topo on the ropes. Even though he's God of Destruction, Vegeta has ascended past that. He and Jiren attack Vegeta. So Jiren is even joining in and helping Topo to fight Vegeta. Because Vegeta's giving Topo that much trouble. And Jiren's thinking, not really fussed on fighting 17, Frieza, Goku, and Vegeta. I need to help Topo out. Otherwise, this is going to be a tough battle for even me. So Jiren jumps in. I don't know what Goku's doing here. I don't know if his Kaioken is having an effect on him. But it says, however, Vegeta faces off against Jiren with a non-stop full power attack. Who will be the victor? So Vegeta, from what I can hear here, it doesn't sound like Vegeta is attacking Topo. It sounds like he's attacking Jiren with everything he's got. He's had enough. He's had enough of this. He is literally throwing everything. And again, the way they've done this episode description, you can't tell if it means Topo's going to be eliminated or if he's going to do damage to Jiren. I don't think so. But I hope something comes from this. I hope we get to see some Vegeta love in this episode. But the other part of that episode says, 17 and Frieza this week tried to defeat Topo. 17 by using rocks to attack and Frieza by using psychic powers. However, both are failed by Topo's counter-attack. Now, I think they put this at the end of the summary. I think this is what happens first. I think 17 and Frieza, they begin the first half of the episode fighting, and they're on the corner. Vegeta comes in and steps up to the mark and really pushes Topo into that corner. And then Jiren steps up and Vegeta thinks, I'm not having any of this. I'm hitting this with everything I've got. And he attacks. So that's episode 126, guys. 4th of February. Cannot wait. That's next week's episode. I don't think Vegeta's out in this episode. I don't know if anyone's going to be out. If anyone's going to be out, I think it's going to be Topo or Frieza. I think they're the two that we may see go in this episode. I think this episode is to showcase Vegeta's power. We got to see Topo's power in the last one and how brutal he was. I think they've done that to set up Vegeta. So with that out of the way, guys, the next episode is February 11th, and this is the last bit of information we know, confirmed, leaked, that we know. And it's only the episode title. As of this video, all we know is the episode title. So, Geeks, it's February 11th, episode 127, The Final Barrier of Hope. The name of that episode throws so much up. The Final Barrier of Hope. Now, the first thing that comes to mind, and with a lot of people on the internet speculating as well, 17 has been known constantly in Super to be using this barrier technique. He's used it to try to take Topo out and Gohan blasted him. He used it to penetrate through and fight the Universe 3 combined machine. He's used it constantly to save people. The Final Barrier of Hope. Now, I don't think 17's been using his true power. So what I think happens here is Vegeta's down. And pretty badly down. It's a life-risking blow. We know that from the title from the last episode. What if Goku and Vegeta are down? Frieza's out. 17's the only one left. 17 knows that Goku and Vegeta are their only hope. Hey, I got a Star Wars quote in there. The only hope of winning. So, what if this final barrier of hope? What if 17 is putting every inch of his power into creating a barrier to protect the final two warriors? Because, like I said, this tournament has some really unusual rules. The fact that the rules stay, that there's a time limit, I always thought was quite strange, since Zeno-sama would obviously want this to continue forever. Like, I understand the fly-in rule because it focuses the fighting there, and maybe the timer makes a lot of sense because people wouldn't just stand around, they would fight, and they'd need to fight. And the no killing, again, because Jiren could have just killed everyone at the beginning and tournament would have been over. But the one thing I never got was at the end of the timer, whatever team is left wins. Why not just have last man standing? Why not have it that way? Or have it like a tournament like they had before? So, I think we know in the last episode, in 125, at the beginning of the episode, 17 was trying to figure out a way of knocking down the timer. He was looking at the center. He knew there was about 6 minutes left. There's probably 5 minutes, maybe even 4 minutes on this episode since episode 126 is finished. What if Android 17 thinks, I'll protect Goku and Vegeta in a barrier and hold off as long as I can. As long as I can hold them in a barrier for 4 minutes, even 3 minutes if I can, it gives them a chance of winning. This also makes me think maybe Toppo's out. Maybe the reason they're doing it is because it's just Jiren. And he knows they can win by numbers. That he'd sacrifice almost himself to protect. No one's died in this tournament either. So it'd be really interesting if maybe 17 died. That he'd sacrifice himself for that life that he protects. A bit like 16 was. And as an android, maybe there's like a rule-breaking thing that he doesn't actually die because he wasn't actually alive. That kind of thing. I just find it interesting that no one's actually died with that rule and no one's died. Kind of thing. So the final barrier of hope. It could also be kind of a thing that, like I said, they could be prepping for something. So that's that episode. That's all the information we got now, geeks. So all we've got left then is 128, 129, 130, and 131. Now, let's have a look at what we know 100% is going to happen. So, Universe 7 are either going to win, they're either going to draw, or they're going to lose. Now, I don't think they're going to lose. You can't have this massive build-up of ridiculous amount of episodes, and it leads to nothing. It would be really pointless. Just to put it in perspective, geeks, if we go from when the Tournament of Power was first announced to the final episode, that means the Tournament of Power build-up and the actual Tournament of Power have been 54 episodes. If we're just counting how many episodes since the tournament bell rung and they started fighting till the last, that's 34 episodes. To put that into perspective, the Frieza saga, the ending part of the Frieza saga, Goku vs. Frieza, was 33 episodes. So, the Tournament of Power has been longer than the Frieza-Goku fight. And 54 is more than the entire Cell game. So, the Tournament of Power has been longer than the Cell games. So, it's been a lot of time just to throw it away with, oh yeah, they lost. The end. That's it. It's a dream. Or, we're just testing you and we didn't actually kill anyone. I don't think that's going to happen. So, it's either going to be a win or a draw. Now, if it's a win, I don't think Jiren's going to be knocked out. They've tried everything to knock Jiren out. I think the reason Jiren's not going to be knocked out is because of that rule, last people standing. I think Jiren will survive, and there'll be two left, Goku and Vegeta maybe. And they'll win from having more warriors, because there's no point in putting that rule in otherwise. It just doesn't make any sense. And Goku would wish everyone back. The reason he wished everyone back is because he wants to fight Jiren. Jiren would get a raise. Universe 11 would get a raise. Goku's wish, he knows he's not strong enough. He didn't defeat Jiren in the match. And that would kill Goku. Goku wants to be the strongest. He's got his eye on beating Jiren. So he'd wish them back so he can fight them, so he can prove that he can become more powerful. If Goku's the strongest in the universes, of all universes, there's nothing for him to go for. So I think it could end that way, which would mean Universe 7 wins. And a draw, again, quite anticlimactic if it was a draw. So, say Universe 7 wins. Let's jump to the last episode. Now, we know 131 has got a lot to do. Say Universe 7 win. 131 is going to be the tournament over, talking to Beerus, talking to all the people, and then the wish. They're going to get their wish, bring back the other universes so Goku can fight them. That's what I think is going to happen. It's going to be a reunion episode. They're going to go back to Earth. They're going to see their family. They're going to see Goten and Trunks and Chi-Chi and all them. Maron and all that. It's going to be a happy ending kind of thing. It also, I hope, to be a reunion with Champa, everyone meeting together, a nice close off, and Goku ready. I'm going to keep training because I need to be Jiren, and I need to find out what those other universes were. I think that's the best way that they can end this. So that would be Universe 7 winning, and Jiren surviving, giving Goku that incentive to keep training, to keep pushing himself. Also, a reason I said Vegeta would survive is I don't think it would do Vegeta's character any good, his pride and everything, to be knocked out. I don't think he can handle that. Even if it was just him and Jiren, I don't see it. I think Vegeta deserves more than that. So, 131 is your throwaway end episode. So that means the only things we got left is 128, 129, and 130. Now, 130 is obviously our end battle, our end game battle. My bet is on Ultra Instinct. It's a big fight with that. Maybe Raw Blue and Ultra Instinct, and he literally can't, and it pushes Jiren full power. That's your full power battle. That's your 130 episode is going to be Jiren at 100%, or maybe 80, 90%. But that is going to be the final minute on the counter. It's literally going to be it. So that gives us 2 more episodes. Now, what's interesting, guys, is how these episodes are laid out. So, 127, which is the final barrier, is on February 11th. The week after is our episode 128. Now, I think this is where the barrier has failed, 17 has been knocked out, it is Goku and Vegeta, and they're fighting against Jiren. That's what I think. I think Toppo's gone, Frieza's gone. I think this is how it's going to end. So then we got no episode after 128. This is the interesting thing, guys. So 128, we don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, I think 17 is going to be out. It's just going to be Goku, Vegeta, and Jiren left. We have that fight. It's going to leave on a big cliffhanger, I think. I think that one's going to leave kind of a moment, what's going to happen here. Maybe Ultra Instinct comes back, maybe something else. I don't think Ultra Instinct, but I'll explain that now. So you got no episode on it on February 25th. Then we have 129 on March 4th. Now this is the next interesting bit, geeks, because the week after that, March 11th, there is no episode. So we have got a one episode in between 2 weeks of no episodes, which is going to drive us mad. So this episode is going to build up to that final battle. Now, like I said, 130 is going to be the final battle. My money's on Ultra Instinct. Now, if we go back to when the tournament first started, I predicted Gohan was going to be the victor because I thought Gohan was a character who didn't care about winning, and it would make a lot of sense for a character like that to win, because then you haven't got that problem with Goku and Vegeta kind of thing. He was last man standing. There was a lot of build up with Gohan's character as well, but I do like the way that Gohan's character is built up from he couldn't even transform into a Super Saiyan to now being able to be one of the 7 strongest fighters in all the universes. I think that's great, and I think it's great for Gohan to go out and sacrifice himself. It's a very Gohan kind of way to do. So as a big Gohan fan, I'm reasonably happy the way he went out. And I like the idea of 17 being there with infinite energy. It makes a lot of sense. So one of the things I did think was going to happen, because of that rule of there's going to be as many people left could be the victor, and I know a lot of you think this is going to happen, and I know a lot of people are probably booing this idea, but Fusion, geeks. Yeah, I originally thought that Fusion would return. I didn't think it'd be Potara, because we had Potara in the Goku Black arc. I was thinking Fusion Dance. Now hear me out, geeks. We've got Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. How cool would it be to have a Super Saiyan Blue Gogito? And since Gogito has never appeared in the series, it's only a film exclusive. It'd be a brilliant way to do. And I love the fact that this Tournament of Power has thrown every kind of strategy at us. We've had Potara fusions, we've had robots combining together fusions, we've had machines fusing together, we've had so many fusions. How cool would it be, though, if this final barrier of hope, like I said, 17 is going to give everything he's got just to give Goku and Vegeta some time. What if they recover, and while he's got this barrier up and he's holding off, they say, let's work together? Because, again, one of those seeds that's been planted that works really well is how, since the beginning, constantly, Beerus and Whis have said, if Goku and Vegeta just manage to put their differences aside and fight together, there is no one they can't beat. And it is being brought up time and time and time again. And I think those two working together, they can defeat everyone. And it'd be great if it was Vegeta was the one. He won't. But it'd be amazing if Vegeta was the one who said, this is the only way we're going to do this. If we don't, everything we fought for has been lost. And that would be such a mirrored way of how Goku got Vegeta to do fusion in the Buu saga. How we said to him, look, we got to do this. It's the only way. And then I thought, how cool would it be if Gogito and Jiren were the last two fighting, and the clock was going down, like who's going to win, and literally at the last punch, a bit like the Ultra Instinct first encounter, the punch separates Goku and Vegeta, the timer stops, and since Goku and Vegeta are now 2 people, they won because it was 2-1. I thought that'd be a cool way. But there's one reason why I don't think this is going to happen. But if it does happen, guys, I think it'll happen, but it'll end in that middle episode. It'll end on March the 4th, 129. And it'll be over, and Vegeta may be knocked out. I don't want him to. And then it's Ultra Instinct Goku. That pushed him, that fight, to get to there. Like I said, the only reason I think Gogito won't work is Ultra Instinct. Everything has been building up to Ultra Instinct. Every time we see the advert middle bit of these episodes, it's Goku Ultra Instinct. The promo shows Goku with his top ripped off. He's in red Ultra Instinct mode. And one of the things I've been theorizing lately, geeks, as well, to end this, Topo has reached God of Destruction level. We know the gods of destruction. We've seen the gods of destruction. They haven't got brilliant, besides Beerus and a few of some of the ones from the other universes, they haven't got good temperaments. They come across quite evil, quite malicious, quite selfish characters, kind of opposites to the angels. And the angels are much stronger than the gods. They keep the gods in check. Their power is at a different level. And this is what I like about Ultra Instinct. I like how pure it is. And I think Topo unlocking God of Destruction level, but the others not, is because it goes against who they are. And I think Ultra Instinct is Goku's way of reaching not a God level. We know he's become Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Royal Blue God. Ultra Instinct seems like an angel transformation. Like he is reaching a new level completely. Like I said, something beyond that of a god. Goku's reaching that level. Goku's next target is the angels, to fight alongside them. That his training and Topo's training are kind of polar opposites. One is for destruction. Goku is not for destruction. Goku is for life. Goku is for balance. That kind of thing. So I kind of like how that's going. So geeks, that's how I think Dragon Ball Super is going to end. That's how I think that they are going to finish off this absolutely amazing TV series. I know this is a bit of a long video, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed it, but I really want to know what you guys think. I want to know how you think it's going to end. What do you think is the best way to close off Dragon Ball Super? Will Jiren be defeated? Will Vegeta get Ultra Instinct? Will Gogeta make an appearance? Who is going to be left? And how are they going to end this and set it up? And do you think Dragon Ball Ultra may be on the table? So guys, if you like Dragon Ball and you like Dragon Ball Super, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you have an amazing day, geeks. And remember, it's your cave, your rules, and I'll see you next time.